Look how beautiful this tree is. I don't think my phone is picking up how vibrant this lilac is. It's not a lilac tree, but the lilac flowers. And they are planted all around. And it was funny because last year I was thinking that this park had no flowers. But I guess it was just the wrong time of year. Wasn't planning on walking today because I'm on my way to work. But I left a few minutes early because I decided I was going to stop at this park and see if any babies have been born. I mean, it is spring now, officially. Although it's 40 right now and it's not exactly feeling like spring. But the baby Canadian geese are my favorite. I mean, last year I came here once a week just so I could record them growing up. Look, there's more purple trees. And the sun's in our eyes, but of course I haven't been here because I haven't brought the dog yet. And I feel guilty walking at all without the dog. But I don't know if you guys saw my community post. My cat Marley passed away last weekend. And honestly, I've been in a kind of funk. And his death is partially my fault because he was an inside-outside cat. But I adopted him from the pound knowing that they rescued him from a feral colony. And we tried to keep him inside, but once we installed the dog door, then he learned how to use that and before the dog did, and we couldn't keep him inside. So then, you know, I worried about him for years, and we installed a cat door into the garage that was too small for the dog to get out, but the cat could get in, so he didn't have to wait for us to let him back in on the front side of the house in case he needed shelter. And that worked out great, and he was there majority of the time at the house. He loved living in the garage. If it was too hot or too cold, he would come inside and come sleep on my bed with me. And I love my Siamese. It was great. And because he was part feral, he had the smallest meow in the world. It wasn't a typical Siamese cat who has that loud meow. No, he was a very, very, very quiet Siamese. But anyway, back to my story. Sunday morning, he didn't greet me in the garage because every single morning between 5:30 and 6:30, you go out to the garage and you open a can of cat food for Marley. And we even have a calendar on the wall. After you feed him, you check it off because he will lie to you and tell you he hasn't been fed. So I fed him, opened the can, dumped it out, tapped on the little pop top because he'd hear that a mile away. And he'd come running if he wasn't sitting there waiting for me already. And he didn't show up. I'm like, okay, well, maybe somebody fed him late last night and didn't check it, because occasionally if we're up late and he's there, we're a sucker and we'll feed him. Like, okay, maybe he was fed already. Oh, well, he'll come and eat this later. And I didn't think anything of it. Monday morning, he wasn't waiting for me again. Okay, 2 mornings in a row. I knew something was wrong. I opened another can and I would go to dump it in the bowl, and the bowl still has food in it. I'm like, I knew right then and there there's something wrong. And I mentioned it to my husband, and I'm like, have you seen him? And he thought about it and he goes, no. I said, okay. And I went up the up way to work. I can go 2 ways, and you have to go around the freeway. So I went the up way around the freeway to go to work, and I looked down all the side streets. I mean, I didn't want to walk the streets, but I just kind of glanced down, and I'm like, okay. Around 7:45, I get a missed call, and my phone is set that I don't pick up for unknown calls, and they can leave a voicemail. I'll call them back if I want to talk to them. And it was animal control. Marley had gotten hit by a car over the weekend, and somebody reported it, and they cleaned him up. So, yeah. Anyway, if you would have told me he died of an infection from a fight, that would have been easier. That I expected. He loved to fight, and he didn't like to share his territory with anyone. So, yeah. Partially my fault for not making him stay at home, but if you've ever had a partially feral cat, you can attest to as is darn near impossible to keep them contained. So I had 9 wonderful years with my kitty, and he had really long, I don't know, are they called canines and cats? I don't know, but when he got pet and got loves, he drooled, and the drool rolled off his vampire teeth. And it was just the funniest thing in the world. So that's my story of Marley. And I am down at the Cornerstone Park in Henderson, and I've seen turtle, I've seen ducks. I have not seen any babies yet. I do think I'm about a month early because it is still very, very chilly for Vegas standards. And obviously, the circus is coming. Although the circus now is more of a Circus Olay. And I'd seen it at the indoor swap meet. They were in that parking lot last weekend, so they must be coming here. No? Does it say Hamlet? Oh, I guess I'm gonna walk over there. But I just wanted to say, go enjoy the walk. I made myself come out here because I thought the babies would make me feel better, and this park always makes me feel better. I just feel guilty that I haven't brought Opal here yet, but honestly, she's not well enough behaved, and she would seriously go after all these birds. And she's in hunting mode lately, and she even hunts the shadows in the hallways. It's just the funniest thing in the world. Now that brown-headed duck is beautiful. Hey, you's beautiful. I like your brown head and your blue beak. So let me go back over to where the geese are, go check, see if I didn't miss any baby geese. They could be in the water. And I'm gonna have to get to work because it's Friday. Oh, and I got my dumb subpoena to go testify for the state of Nevada for April 1st. I'm like, seriously? You guys know I'm a property manager, and the 1st is my busiest day of the month. I already had 3 appointments set for the 1st, and I have to be in North Las Vegas at 9:30 a.m. So this is gonna be fun. I already got someone to cover for me, and oh well. Hopefully, he said district attorney told me yesterday that he would give me a heads up if they end up having to reschedule. It's not a terribly high profile case for them, but it's identity theft and fraud and grand larceny and whatever else that they're going to tack on. Someone stole somebody's identity, rented a house, and then sublet it to someone else, stole their money, and I evicted them. Because that's subletting. And they said they were an employee from my company, which they're not a property manager, which is also a felony because we're licensed and bonded and all that fun stuff. So she's got a lot of charges against her. And yes, I will testify. Even though it's a pain in the butt and I'm going to complain the whole time. So, anyway, guys, have a happy Friday. If I see baby geese, I will start recording again. But if not, I will say, see you on the next one. And I will talk to you guys later. Bye. Thanks for watching. It's Odds and Ends.